Okay? And I'm going to tell you that in my stores, we play what we call the piano keys game. The piano keys game is our rule of 88. So there's 88 piano keys. Okay? In our stores, we expect that we're going to, during an hour, do 88 sandwiches or 88 setups or some combination thereof that adds up to 88 with 2 people. Okay? Our staff of 2 people will move 88 sandwiches in an hour, giving great customer service and everybody real happy. I'm going to tell you how we organized to do that when we come back from this 10-minute break. Onions. You ever cry when you prep onions? You're going to then have to slice them, but when you slice them, you can drape a damp towel around your slicer, and again, keep most of it from permeating out into the air. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a lot better. Please be certain you take all the root out of the onion. I walk into some stores and they're not taking the root out. When you're slicing it, if it's not coming in nice brown rings, if they're holding together in these oval-shaped things, you didn't get the root out properly. That root has all the acid and it's bitter, and you've got to be sure to get that out. I told you I was going to train how to be fast. Okay? You got to have organization. It's very important to be organized. My staff, 2 people that are going to do the 88 sandwiches this hour, one of them is the smiler. That's their job title. Your job title is smiler. Okay, that reminds me that their first job is customer service. That's the person who's going to get all the bread pre-cut and pre-cheesed. That's the person who's going to make sure the beans fill, take care of the deposits, all of the things in getting the store operating, and take care of that first customer. The second person's job title is slicer. They're back here on the slicer. They don't leave the slicer to mill around and waste their time. They slice until the second customer gets in line. The second customer gets in line, watch what happens. Shut the slicer off, watch their hands. Hi, have you been helped? Have you been helped? Here we go. I take care of it. Now, my partner finishes this first sandwich. Okay? Do I keep going? Stand in line behind this first person at the cash register, waiting for my turn to ring? Milling around? Is my title miller arounderer? No. My title is slicer. That'll finish that for you. And I'm back on a slicer. Very, very efficient. You never have anybody standing around, milling around, what do I do next? Okay? Now, to be that efficient, you've got to have pre-cut bread. Prediction chart that you all learned in Subway School, and no one has one up on the wall. Because you say, oh, it takes too much time. Is there anyone here who's slicing and they're catching it and stacking the meats up? Good. If you're catching the meats and stacking it up, you're incredibly stupid. We should be catching the meats and going right into the setups. The customer will say, and oil and vinegar. And my employees will go, you bet. And they'll put on the oil, and they will not put on the vinegar. And what happens is 90 out of 100 times, that's the end of it. And 10 out of 100, they say, hey, you didn't put on any vinegar. Those are the ones who probably want vinegar. The others are just saying it. On the vinegar. Okay? Okay? And for the 1 in 25 who wants it, you're killing 25. And that ain't the way to do business. When they give you the coupon after you've already rung it up, donkeys. Just like that. You've got to train the donkeys. I see some counter attendants who are doing their best to make this operation break down. They are doing their absolute best. White bread or wheat? Cheese? Onions? I tell you, when I get a counter attendant who does this, I bring the system to a screeching halt. Onions, let me think about that. Onions. And I'll debate and wait and just, oh. Okay? So, don't run an interview. No interview. Ah, here's another little beauty. Here's another little beauty. Here's the bread. Here's a piece of our fine bread 12 inches long. Here's our fine 11-inch setup going on the 12-inch bread. So many of our setup, that's paper. The setup paper is only a foot long, gang. If you're not going all the way to the end and a little bit beyond, you're not making impression is great, and then the last bite is nothing. And either way, if their first impression or their last impression is there's nothing in this damn sandwich, we can't afford to have that. So you've got to train your people. A little more heresy now. Don't send this tape to Subway. Forget Subway's formulas. Teach them my way. Everything in every bite. Don't teach them 5 tomato wheels. Okay? Teach them you put everything end to end touching. Everything in every bite. So if tomatoes go end to end touching, you know how many they're going to put on?